foreign nationals on benefits. If he's got foreign nationals committing crime or in prison, they're gone, which they should be. It's the same as the UAE.
Very hard to get into the UK legally. It's very easy to get in illegally.
You could walk into any pub in England and I can guarantee I'll be able to get someone to get me some.
I have a very different perspective on the LGBTQ thing. I don't want to comment on that itself, but I think there are better things to teach in school, like
democracy doesn't work.
With the Manchester airport or the media.
Yes.
First one clip came out, and another clip came out.
What Keir Starmer did to get voted into power, he hasn't done any of it. So he just lies.
So technically that's also dictatorship. He is doing what he likes. Speaking of angry and hateful, Tommy Robinson.
Can we not all see how manipulated we are?
Hi and welcome to another episode of Britspective, and here I have today with me Big Frank, and I didn't know your name until today. I saw Luke.
Yes.
Your profile. Yeah. Very, very interesting person. I loved your profile. I just wanted to speak with you.
Thank you.
So that my investors can see not all British people in the UAE exist on the palm.
No.
And there's
and they're not all rich and want Lambos and have wives with fake.
Oh my God, okay.
No, it's just fat normal ones. Well, normal I say, but
okay.
Yeah, there's ones that look like me here as well that just earn a normal living and live here without the flash.
I love the username. I might change mine to Big Nick.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll start with the meaty stuff. Stop the boats! No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
What happened with your kids' Islamic classes that made you go viral?
Right, so yeah, we my kids come home from school and they were like, we were taken out of Islamic class, and I was like, why? Like at first I got my back up a little bit, like don't exclude my children from stuff.
Yeah.
I think that was just my defensive mindset. So I said to the school, I said, what's this? Why has this happened? Why are they getting taken out of class? One, I spend a lot of money for them to be educated. It's not cheap here. So what's going on? They were like, just because you're Christians, we didn't want to offend you.
Oh.
And I was like, wow, what a mindset. Because I'm like, we live in a Muslim country.
Yeah.
Right. It's obviously got a lot of Muslims here. It's a fabric of their society. And
yeah.
So I thought it was crazy. So I said, no. I said, listen, put them back in. I said, all their friends are going to be Muslim. They're growing up in a Muslim country. The part of the UAE that we live in, there's no Westerners there. It is predominantly Islam and Muslims. So there's a massive chance they're going to marry a Muslim. So they need to learn exactly what it is and what the beliefs are. If they want to believe it, they can believe it. If they don't, they don't. And that's the attitude of everyone here. If you want to be Christian, Muslim, Sikh, Hindu, Jewish, you are more than welcome to. And the Muslims here will love you just as much as if you were a Muslim.
Yeah.
Everyone here lives in harmony, and it's amazing. So I just thought I'd share it because in the UK it's like we don't get a choice of what our children. It's not that they go, they might not want their kids to learn about Islam, or they might not want their kids to learn about gays. So we're just going to teach them anyway. Whereas here they're like, no, they're your kids, and they assumed that we wouldn't want them to learn about that. So instead of putting them in there and waiting for us to complain that they are learning about that, which we wouldn't anyway, they just took them out and it's your children. Whereas in the UK it's like, no, they need to learn about this. Like, no, they don't need to learn about anything I don't want them to learn about. If I didn't want them to learn about religion, then they wouldn't here. They certainly ain't learning about all that lefty liberal rubbish anyway.
What shocked you more, the reaction from Brits or the reaction from people here, maybe?
The biggest shock I had was that actually Muslims from most countries were saying this is the same in our country. Iran, Iraq, Syria, all the GCC states. That shocked me more because I thought, this is the UAE. It's very open and accepting of everything.
Yeah.
I didn't know that with Western media and being a white British man, I get fed the fact that in a Muslim country, you are Muslim, there's no churches. There's so many churches in the Middle East. And so that was the bigger shock, that even people in Egypt, in Morocco, and every majorly Muslim populated country is the same. Anybody that's not Muslim can go and do another class instead of Islamic class. That was what shocked me the most. A lot of people got their back up about the comments saying Islam's forced down your throat in the UK, thinking that either I meant in school or by Muslims. I actually didn't mean that. I meant by the system. I've never had a Muslim in the UK try and...
Is it actually like they don't ask you for your consent in the UK?
No.
for what they want to teach your kids?
Not that I know of.
Like the sensitive topics.
Yeah, not that I know of. I think they brought it up to my missus. It wasn't like an option, and we were like, no, we don't want them to learn about that. And they were like, it's part of curriculum, and we were like, okay, so we just took them out of school about the LGBTQ stuff.
Yeah.
I ain't having a man in a dress read my kid a school book. It's just not happening, mate. And they come home one day as well, and they knew the proper words for a men's privates and a woman's private. And I was like, why are you even learning about that? You've got a and I've got a you're 6 and 7. You've got a mini and I've got a willy. That's all it needs to be until I tell you otherwise. Keep it innocent. They don't need to know that it's got a scientific name, because then a scientific name would give it a purpose. The purpose is to we. That's all they need to know. That's all the purpose that has at that age. So don't teach them about anything else. They don't need to know the scientific names and what does what. And listen, they asked me the other day, well, how does the baby get into mummy's belly? I was like, yeah, I'll tell you when you're older. They don't need to know about it. Why? They're kids. Just let them be kids. They'll find out at some point through their friends at school or on TV or something they watch at the time when it's age appropriate.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to them points, that's where your job as a parent is to guide them. And when they come back with information or things that they've heard, that's when it's your job to either tell them the correct information or give your opinion to guide them on their mindset to be a better person or more mature about a situation or something like that. But yeah, it's in the UK, it's like you should accept everything, anyone and where does that stop? Where does that Where does it end? I think paedophiles in the UK are now called minor attracted people.
Oh God!
Like no, they're not. They're pedos, mate. That's what they are, and they should be shot or used for testing on medicine testing or something. They're not minor attracted people. They're wrong uns. Now I won't sit and say I think a gay man is born gay and fancies men. I think a female is the same, a lesbian, and I think there are people out there that are born attracted to children. That doesn't change the fact that they're a paedophile. Acting on it makes you a wrong or not. There was a story of a man that was having bad thoughts about his niece. He took himself to the police station. To me, that's a real man. To go somewhere and tell somebody what you're thinking when you're thinking that must be horrific. But maybe you can't help it. But if you know it's wrong and you don't act on it,
get help.
And you get help, then unfortunately that's just how you were born.
No.
But they're certainly not. They shouldn't be labelled as minor attracted people.
I have a very different perspective on the LGBTQ thing. Instead of, I don't want to comment on that itself, but I think there are better things to teach in school, like because I see mistakes on a daily basis. Yeah. Like financial planning. Yeah. Accounts, investment. Yeah. Like there needs to be space.
Yeah. Trading, stocks and shares. What? Yeah. 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 100%. What?
Just generally that you should invest. All of it is difficult. That's fine. But just your personal finance is not taught. Yeah, but then you're going to be... Once you've got money, you can escape the system. And I think if they teach you financial strategy and literature, financial literacy, then, like I say, if you get rich, you're free. You don't have to rely on no healthcare. You don't have to rely on a government. You don't have to rely on a boss. You are free from the system. And I don't think they want that. I don't think they can cope with that. And I think that's on top of the division that they cause as well between people, because it keeps them all arguing between themselves and not looking at what's actually going on or who's doing it. What scared you as a parent in the UK that you're not scared of here?
I think I fell into the drink and drug culture quite young. Drink, drugs, violence, prison. And I think that it's easy for that route to go down. Obviously, like the crime and everything in the UK, you heard every other day there's a rape or sexual assault, multiple a day. I was scared for my kids to even walk into town with their mum. I'd be on the phone. I'd hate it. I wouldn't let them out of my sight just before we moved here. But yeah, I think it's like the drink and the drug culture for me. It's rampant there, and I know what it did to my life and the struggles that I've had with addiction and substances and all that sort of stuff. So, and I think it's so open there that even as a good parent, you've got less chance of keeping them away from it. Like you see, there's families of 5 kids. 4 of them are amazing. One of them's an absolute junkie. That's clearly not because of the parents, because the common denominator there is that there's good kids. It's just the life that they've grew up around, the drugs that are so readily available.
Every town centre smells like, everyone knows what's happening there.
Yeah, it's mad. Like you could walk into any pub in England and I can guarantee it, I'd be able to get someone to get me some in there. Yeah. Which is mad. And it's socially acceptable, really.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh yeah, he's doing gear on a Friday night. It's like, it's just normal. It's only when you get to the where people are like, whoa, this has gone too far. But like I say, it's just so that a lot of their friends would fall into that. So there's a big chance they would. And as protective and as a good a parent you are, when they're getting older and they're going out to the world on their own, you lose a layer of that protection. And I wasn't willing to do that, man. I wasn't willing to sit around and wait and watch what could happen. I'd rather just get them out of there and be in control of what they see and what they do and what they hear and who they're about.
Okay. So UK versus UAE, what does the British media get wrong about us here in the UAE? I'm sure there's plenty.
You know, like what I see, I don't really watch the mainstream media. I haven't since I've been here. Obviously, with what's been going on with Iran and stuff, I've heard from back home, people are like, are you okay? Like, it's a war zone there. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, they're not saying that Dubai's just under siege. And I'm like, well, it's not even that bad. Like, obviously, it's not fun, especially living in Dubai. I don't live in Dubai, so I didn't hear or see anything.
It was nothing for you.
But the Western media made out that like, everybody's trying to leave. No, tourists. Do you know how many tourists are here when this is like fall season? It's insane. They're the people that are trying to go home. You see, then the Westerners will buy into it. The ones that are either jealous of people living in the UAE, hate us for not paying tax in the UK anymore. Even they're like, yeah, look at you all trying to get home now. Yeah. I'm like, no one that lives here, well, maybe some, but most of the people that live here don't want to leave.
Yeah.
The people that are leaving are the ones that are on holiday. Oh, Dubai's dead. Dubai's dead. Yes, the tourism's like one of the biggest, if not the biggest, industry in this country. It's going to be quiet when they're like, yeah, because no one wants to come there. It's not that no one wants to come. They can't get here. There's no flights here. So it's just the media spinning so much nonsense. Like the hate that this place gets makes me know that I'm in the right place.
Yeah. Even the people who did want to go back, but they couldn't because the moment they enter the UK and they don't know how long they'll be there, they'll exhaust that 90-day limit for HMRC.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's it, yeah. But it's... no one that I knew wanted to leave anyway.
Yeah.
And then they get the video. I don't know if you've seen that Irish woman. Did you see the video of the Irish woman landing back in the UK? Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was like what?
Yeah. I saw it. Yeah.
Come on, it was so, like get a grip, man. But they wouldn't. I don't know if they've seen on social. I haven't seen anything on media of them interviewing anybody from here, like me, saying I don't want to leave. I love it. Yeah. They wouldn't put that up.
They wouldn't believe it anymore.
Because it doesn't. Yeah, I'll get paid for it.
Yeah.
Listen, if the UAE government are watching, start paying me because obviously people think that I'm eligible for pay for the post I put up. I've never been paid nothing. I see so much lies. Like before you go in the country, you have to sign a contract that you don't lie about the country. I'm like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
I literally walked in and got a visa. Got a job and got a visa. I didn't sign anything. Okay. They say don't say stuff about this, don't say stuff about that. Well, I'm in your house. It's the same with filming the rockets and the planes and stuff. That's national security, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You wouldn't... So I just think... And also it's propaganda and it worries people. The freedom of media in the West is what is absolutely ruining it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because the far right... Well, the right are getting fed nonsense, which are turning them far right.
Yeah.
The left are getting fed nonsense, which are turning them far left. People like me and you, lefty, righty, maybe centrists, we're all now becoming a lot more rare. And we're a lot less vocal than these. So this side, and then you've got like extreme Islam to add into that. So you've got these the extreme Islam will just see a load of white British racist people. That's all they're told about. The far left will see something that we're all trying to do this and we want to kill all the gays, and then the far right will see that the Muslims are taking over and they want all the white people dead. It's just, and this is what freedom of media does because it sells. You see a lot of people online that are on there for likes and clicks. They're no different to mainstream media.
Yeah.
Now this sort of news sells. No, there's never been a front page in the article saying Muslim man and Christian man shake hands and go to the chippy together. No one cares about that. But when it's a Christian man punches Muslim in the face, racist attack, hate crime, this, that and the other, the media just play on it so much.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm trying to do with my social media, as much as I'm getting a lot of hate from every side because of it, is showing that we can all have a different opinion. We don't have to hate each other. And we need to start being adults and not listening to the rubbish we're being fed. I've done it. I've been guilty of it. We need to start looking at it in a different way of how many Muslims have you, this is for the far right guys, how many Muslims have you met? How many of them have been mean to you, or how many of them have told you that we don't like anyone but Muslims? How many have said to you that they want to take over the UK? Because I can guarantee you it's hardly any. And if it is loads, you're meeting the wrong ones. And it's the same with the right wing. Right wing people that say we want to hold down British values, we want to keep our culture, and we want to stop illegal immigrants, they're not racist. The Muslims are being told that all of these people that think that hate Islam, and they listen to it. They're not racist people. 99% of the people that think that are just normal everyday people that are worried about their country going down the pan. Now, I think this is 6 groups of people. You have Islam, you have extremism, you have left, you have far left lunatics.
They also don't talk to each other.
No, none of them. You have these ones on the outside. It's the 3 in the middle. Just the Muslims, the Sikhs, well, not even the Sikhs, the religious people. Don't even put it all on Islam. The religious people, then you've got the right and the left. All of us need to know that we ain't no different. We all love each other. We just sometimes have a different opinion. We can have that. That's absolutely fine. It's when it's driven by hate.
Yeah.
That is when things get nasty. But we need to start edging, because the thing is, I said this before to you, that passion can come in hate or love. There's so much hate on these outer rims of society that they are pulling people out, because the ones in the middle we're not passionate enough about, because there's nothing to be too passionate about. You can't be too passionate about illegal immigrants coming in. That's just quite normal. You have to be passionate about wanting to kick all immigrants out. You have to be hate-filled. To be someone that doesn't like the boats coming in, you're not full of hate. You've actually just got a brain in your head. So these guys in the middle, us guys that sit around this middle bit, we're not vocal enough because we're not passionate enough about it. We should be passionate about hating these far left, far right extremism. That's because it's all extremism. That's all. Racism is extremism. Sexism is extremism. It's all extremism of a type. We need to start working in the middle of being louder about all this. It's hard because we're not mental. Some of these people on the edge are mental.
Yeah.
So Dave that just works in accounts, just a sound fella that doesn't want boats coming on the beach and doesn't mind a flag on a lamppost. He's just a normal fella, but he ain't gonna stand on Instagram. It's absolute and argue with all these. But they don't want to know. They just want to live their lives in peace. They don't want to be involved in all this. So it doesn't sound like they exist.
What do you think about putting your own UK flag in your own house in the UK?
It should be on every lamppost. Listen, you drive down anywhere in the UAE.
It's everywhere, yeah.
It's everywhere.
Especially now, yeah.
Listen, people might hate you. I have a big Muslim following and I love you all and you know that. So I hope I've got your respect to speak on these things and maybe take a little bit off of me because I listen to their point of view as well. But I think, do you know what the best thing the Muslim community could have done that people were saying it was aimed at, or the foreigners in the UK, not just Muslims? I think you should have all gone out and bought flags and put them up as well and said, cool, we ain't got a problem with it. So these people saying, yeah, look, the media, they've got a problem with our flag, counteract it. Play into it. Say, we've just put it up as well. We ain't got a problem with your flag.
Yeah.
And then where have these far right people got? They've got nowhere to walk. Well, hang on a minute. Like coming out and saying, oh yeah, all Pakistanis are from grooming gangs. No, come out and say, we're not all like that. We hate these guys as much as you do.
Yeah.
Okay. And then them beefs are then squashed. You're still going to have the few idiots, but it's going to pull people in more. It's going to pull, especially the youth and the youngsters that are seeing all this rubbish, that are coming through and watching all of this, that are easily brainwashed.
Yeah.
It's going to start chopping down these massive divisions and barriers that we're living in.
You know, growing up, we're taught in India, we're taught that Churchill was like a horrible person, okay?
Yes.
Because he wrote somewhere that, why won't Gandhi die? So he wrote that on a piece of paper or something. And then when I went to the UK, I saw the statues of Churchill, because he means a lot to British people.
Yes, of course, he won the war for it. He was the leader in the war, one of the roughest times in...
And people are complicated. They might do some good things, some bad things. And even when I saw people vandalize Churchill, I felt offended.
Yes.
Like, I get it. Like, he's a hero to you guys.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing I find is listen, whether you agree with what Churchill done or not, whether he owned slaves or not, it was a different time, right? That wasn't a bad thing then. It is a bad thing now. We know more.
Yeah.
Killing... Listen, there's things that humans have done in history that have always been terrible. The British Empire done terrible things, but it also done a lot of good.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not going to sit and apologise. The Romans did it, the Egyptians done it, the Ottomans done it, the Greeks done it. I mean, Genghis Khan nearly wiped out population, like the human race.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not going to sit and apologise, and no one should. And I certainly don't think my generation should be paying reparations to nobody for what the British
Not
Empire.
at all, yeah.
There's been an empire in this world since the start of time, really. Since we come out the caves and started living in houses, there's been someone that's either been power hungry, ruled the world, or so advanced that they just took over. The Romans, look what they did to the UK. They built straight roads, built aqueducts and viaducts and pottery and this and different foods and stuff. Okay, yeah, when they turned up, they raped and killed people. Every empire has. It was only because ours is so recent.
Yeah.
The British Empire abolished slavery.
Yeah.
Do you know? So it cost the British Empire a lot of money to do that.
Yeah. They didn't have to do it.
In war and in weapon supplies and in the Civil War in America and stuff. Because why? Well, no one's saying, "Oh, well, I want paying back for that from black people. Can black people please give me £100
Yeah.
because my great granddad bought a gun for someone that was fighting slavery." This is nothing to do with us. It's history.
Yeah.
The Germans, they don't have to pay. Do you know what I mean? They're not paying me. I don't hate Romans. I don't go to Rome and think, yeah, well, your great granddad beat my great granddad up. Like, get a grip.
Yeah.
What we need to do is live in the here and the now. Don't worry about what we've done. Be good people now. Get along. Don't worry about what happened back then. It's done. Everybody, I think a lot of people always want an excuse for why their life might be worse, or they want to
blame it on someone else.
Yeah, sending blame to someone else. I mean, that Lenny Henry geezer, do you know, the comedian, the black comedian? He's coming out saying that black people are owed like trillions or something because they've been held down by society. I'm like, bro, you've got more from your life than I have. You're a black millionaire. I'm a white guy struggling. This month I'm going to struggle to eat. How have you been held down, bro? Explain that to me. Where in your life have you been held back as a black man?
And generally as well, successful people don't have that trait. They don't blame anyone. They just get on with their work every day. Yeah.
Look at Andrew Tate. He's half black. Elon Musk's African. Do you know what I mean? There's so many black people out there that have come from worse positions than me that have done better than me because they've not played into this propaganda, this nonsense. Same as the far right. I can't get a job because of this bloke coming over. The bloke coming over on the boat can't even speak English, bro. Why is he getting a job over you? Look at yourself. Why are you not getting a job? We've got to stop looking at everybody. Start being a better person and looking inside, and then you have to help number one sometimes. You have to start at home.
What do you think the UK is doing better than the UAE, which the UAE should probably replicate? Is there anything like that?
Oh, no. Honestly, and I know that sounds bad and people go, oh, you hate Britain. I don't hate Britain. Listen, I don't. I don't hate Britain at all. I love British people. I love the countryside. I love the village pubs. I love Sunday morning football. I love loads about Britain. But this country is far advanced in terms of the way people live here. Yeah. I don't live in fear. I don't.
Just day to day.
Just day to day. It's just a nice place to live. So no, not really. There's nothing. And people might say I'm a brown nose. Listen, I don't care. I'll say what I want to say. I think people can see from my social medias that I'm not going to hold back. And whoever it offends, unfortunately. They're just my thoughts. I don't personally attack people unless they attack me. I put my thoughts out there. If you don't like it, you don't like it. So I'd say, I'm trying to think just so I can give something to everybody so they don't go, oh yeah. I'm trying to think of something that I like more in the UK.
I just think art and culture.
Theatre,
comedy, this kind of thing is more prevalent. We have it.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm one of the comedians here, but...
It was never really my thing. So, to me, it didn't...
okay.
So I haven't seen it here. I don't know if there is theatre and concerts and stuff here, much of it, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, like I say, there's loads of cool stuff in the UK. It's brilliant. London's one of the best cities on earth. Historically...
It is,
financially, diversity, and listen, it is going down the pan a bit. It is, the crime rates are up. It's still an amazing city. Big Ben, Parliament, the London Eye, the different foods and restaurants and the nightlife, the theatre. There's loads in London that is absolutely incredible. It's poor leadership that's ruined it. Muslims haven't ruined it. Black gangs haven't ruined it. White Brits haven't ruined it. It's the leadership that's ruined it. Yeah. That's who we need to be hating, not each other. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I can honestly say I've just sat while I'm talking trying to think of at least something. I can't. I can't. And I apologise to everyone in Britain.
Have your political views changed as an immigrant here?
Democracy doesn't work. That is massive.
Yeah.
Do you know here, Andrew Tate said it best, no one's arguing here about who should be in power and who does what. Listen, this is an authoritarian state, okay? This is what people in the UK call a dictatorship. Do you know what? It works, man. What Keir Starmer did to get voted into power, he hasn't done any of it. So he just lies.
So technically that's also dictatorship. He's doing what he likes.
Yeah, we just were lied to. Everybody was lied to. And I feel sorry for the left. Not the far left, hate them. Far right, hate them. Extremists, hate them. But I feel sorry for the left because it was their chance. They've had 14 years of a poor Conservative government. And then they thought, you know what, we've got a chance of our Labour, which Labour before then was for the working class, to come in and actually show what we believe in as the left. And he's just absolutely ruined it for them.
So you know how this country is based on immigration. Mm-hmm. What do you think about immigration in the UK, based on what you've learned here?
Illegal immigration should stop in an instant. Like, stop in an instant. That is just a normal brain person.
That's a rational thought, yeah?
Now, I do get the...
But that's called racist.
Yeah, you're called racist for that. Now, I do get the argument of that the West has been a terrorist in the world for a long time, US and UK. We invaded Iraq illegally. But this was a long time ago. Why are Somalians coming? Why are Syrians coming? Why are Afghanis coming now? And listen, if it was your women and children, as men, we'll take them in. They're not a threat to us. We'd nurture them people. Why are all the men coming? Them boats have no women and children on them. That is a fact. Would I leave my women and children here in a war? No. It can't be that dangerous if you're willing to leave your wife and kids here. People are like, yeah, but they go there, they get established, and they bring their family over. Bro, that is mental. You think I'd leave my children in a place where I want to... When we moved here, my wife said, why don't you go and get set up for 3 months and feel it out a little bit? I was like, I'm not leaving you here on your own. And that's the UK. We can all sit and say, yeah, the crime is up, but it ain't Afghanistan or Somalia, is it? It's not got getting bombed, and it's not got pirates and war, and do you know? So with that side of immigration, the boats need to stop. I don't know the visa process. We just spoke about that, where you had to pay quite a lot of money to get into the UK.
Yeah. I was a legal one, yeah.
Yeah, you were a legal one, yeah, but you had to pay. It was quite a hard process.
Because all of the illegal immigration makes me think like I was stupid.
Yeah.
I should have just got on a board.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, this is when I was standing, even when I flew back from holiday here, I was stood in immigration to get back into the UK for 2 hours with a passport. And I'm like, what's the point in this? I just run up Dover Beach. But yeah, so immigration, I think, is a great thing. Controlled immigration, for sure. I think from what we're shown as white Brits and right and far right is that you could just wander in, get your visa, get benefits. That's what we're taught. We think that. Just having a conversation with you, that is not the case.
Very, very hard to get into the UK legally.
Yeah. Which we're not taught.
Very easy to get in illegally.
Yeah, which is mad. We're not taught about that. And this is what I mean by the media. Like, they won't show you that. Oh, Nick from India has had to pay 1,500 quid towards the NHS to even use this, or paid this money towards that to even use that.
Prove that I can speak English.
Yeah, prove that you can speak English.
Yeah.
I can't speak Arabic. You know what I mean? There's loads of us Brits in Spain that can't speak Spanish. Like, so we're not shown that. That's just opened my eyes. And this is what I'm trying to do with my social medias, is get people's point of view, learn, converse with each other like adults. Don't just think, no, he didn't. He come in here and he's on benefits. He stole my job. Well, he's either on benefits or he's working for one. But this is where we've all got to start talking to each other and learning about other people's experience. Put the hate aside for now.
Yeah.
Talk. And you know what? The finger will always be pointed back to the media. Who's running the media is a completely different story. I don't know where that goes. But legal immigration for me, I think for the British people, a lot of the Brits want the illegal immigration to stop. Whether you're left, right, even Muslims don't like it. My two Muslim mates are like, do you think we want that as well? We've got kids in this country. They hate it. I think until the illegal immigration is under control, which is very easy to sort out, I think we should pause all immigration. Just because that's what the British want. And that is their country. You should give them what they want.
Yeah.
Majority of Brits will want that. So I'd freeze all legal migration as well at the moment.
Yeah.
Until we get that under control. The way to get it under control, as soon as they hit the beach, arrest them, put them on a plane, send them back.
Actually, there's no political will, but
Yeah, they don't want
the
to.
solution is too easy.
It's too stop.
Yeah.
You're going to come here and starve. No one's going to feed you.
Give incentives to your own British people to learn medicine, learn engineering, so that you don't have to get them.
100%. I seen a thing the other day. Rupert Lowe, right? Who I actually feel there's things I don't agree with him about. Of course there is. He's a different human being to me. He aligns mostly with my political views. It was like, Rupert Lowe said to stop bringing in Indians and Pakistanis to do jobs. Someone messaged me about it saying, see, he wants to deport immigrants. That doesn't say it wants to deport immigrants. What it's saying is we have enough white, lazy people on benefits. We don't need people to come and do the jobs. Get the British people to do it. And he's right. And if you don't do it, do community service. He's not saying he doesn't want Indians or Pakistanis here. He's saying that we don't need more of them. We've got our own people that aren't working to fill these roles. So put them in the jobs first. Once them jobs are filled and these lazy bastards are working again, then we'll have a look at what needs filling in. Then we'll bring some people over that can come and help and contribute and work in the system that we want them to work in.
So that's Rupert. What do you think about Farage?
I don't like him.
Really?
I don't like him. I think he's do you know what? We need a government, right? We need a government that's anti-establishment. Not anti-immigration, not anti-Muslim, not anti-Brit, not anti-borders, not pro-borders, we just need someone that's anti-establishment. And I think I think he could really ruffle some feathers in British politics. Rupert Lowe could. But I think Nigel Farage is part of it. I think he's part of the system. I think he's out for himself. And I've seen it straight away. Now, listen, I think he would have been a better option than Zach Polanski. But I don't think he'd have been a better candidate than the Conservatives, just the normal Conservative Party, because I don't trust him. I think he's a snake. What he did to Rupert Lowe, I think, was very snaky. He tried to get him put in prison or reported him for something. I didn't look too much into that. I honestly think, and I know, again, I've got a big Muslim following, and I love you guys, and I hope that I've gained your respect and your trust to know that what I'm saying isn't detrimental to immigrants or Muslims in the UK. I think if you live in the UK with good intentions, Rupert Lowe will make your life better, regardless of religion or colour. The left recently, the far left,
they hate him. They hate Farage as well.
Yeah, I do. I don't like Farage. I don't like him. I know that the right are a bit worried about Reform and Restore splitting the vote.
Yeah.
So they're all thinking that Restore won't be ready in time, so they're going to vote Reform. So until Rupert's ready. I think everybody that is voting Reform should go to Restore now and build that party now. Before it's too late. I don't think Farage is going to do any. What Farage is going to do is what Keir Starmer done for the left. He's going to get in. The right wing are going to be like, see, we've got our country back, and he's going to ruin it, and then he's going to make the far right look like plonkers. We don't want that. We don't want him to do that, because I would agree more with a far right. I would agree more with a right wing government, more conservative than I would Labour or Green. Just because it just aligns with my morals and my thoughts about how the country should be run. But I think Nigel Farage will do what Keir Starmer's done and ruin that.
But the conventional Conservative and Labours are gone. They're gone.
It's mad. This is new. This hasn't happened. I mean, the Lib Dems were dotted about for a while, but this is crazy. Two completely new parties taking over the left and the right. But yeah, I don't like Farage. I think Rupert Lowe will be your best bet. And the far left again have been feeding everybody this. Oh, he was at a Muslim wedding. Like, you couldn't write it. I'm like, doesn't that just prove to you that he's not a racist? His son's just got married to a Muslim. To me, that only proves what the right have been saying, that he's actually not a racist. He just doesn't like the state of the country, which many people don't. Even the left can't say they're enjoying living in Britain at the moment. You can't. You can't say that. So I think Rupert, I think he will be extreme, but morally right. I don't think he's going to walk in. If he finds foreign nationals on benefits, if he's got foreign nationals committing crime or in prison, they're gone, which they should be. It's the same as the UAE.
Yeah.
I can't break the law here without being deported. I can't not have a job here without being deported. I've got no way of getting any money. I'd just be gone. But it's like I say, if you're living in the UK with good intentions, black, brown, white, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Sikh, then you should be looking at Rupert Lowe as the best option. He's not going to kick you out the country if you're here illegally.
What should happen to the 40,000 people in the watch list?
If they're not British citizens, gone. If you're not a British citizen and you're on some terror watch list, you should just be gone. If you've got dual citizenship, strip them of their British one, gone. If your intention is to harm people on our lands, I mean, how people can go to Iraq and Afghanistan and do these Taliban and ISIS training and come back into the country, like that is beyond me. That is like someone going to learn how to kick my head in and then me inviting them round for a cup of tea.
That's impossible for here.
Like, you know, this here, you'd be gone in an instant, and they will find you faster here.
Yeah.
Like they've got no qualms about just saying, right, you're gone. If you've got any bad intention, if we think, listen, at the moment the UAE is being attacked by Iran. Not now, it's not. There's nothing happened for a long time. If you want to sit in the UAE and say, I actually think Iran are right in what they're doing, you have every reason to go. If I was sitting in my house and someone chucked a brick through my window and my mate sat on the sofa next to me was like, I actually think you deserve that, I'd be like, get out then.
Yeah.
You know? This is just common sense. But the thing is, what the media have done is people with my views, they've labelled them as far right. I put a post up saying about the far right. A lot of right wingers have been called it for so long, they thought I was aiming it at them.
Yeah.
That I wasn't. I was aiming it at far right. Racists, National Front. Yeah, get all of these P words out. That's who it's aimed at. Right wing, I've got no problem with. Left wing, I've got no problem with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? My mum and dad were doing left and right. There's just people with a different opinion and see things running differently. But
the funny thing is, when I have buyers from the UK, the right wing comes here because they fear that they would be labelled racist in the UK, so they're happy here. Okay, so the left wing comes because they feel like everyone else is racist.
Okay.
And both of these groups are happy to be here together.
Yeah.
But over there,
and I think it's all down to freedom of media. I honestly do. People are like, yeah, well, they won't report nothing in the UAE because you're not allowed. There's plenty of news outlets here. There's plenty of big Instagram pages that put out news. They're just not allowed to put out propaganda and lies.
Yeah.
It's got to be factual news.
Yeah.
Don't talk on things that you're not allowed to talk on, because it causes division, hatred, and it does brainwash people.
Yeah.
You can fall into it very, very easily.
It's the pros and cons, right? We have a very harmonious society.
Yeah.
Because of it.
But and what else do we want? What do you want from the media? We want crime statistics. Well, I know that I can leave my door unlocked to my keys in my car. I don't need to know how many people got robbed in Dubai or Ajman or this person or that person. I can tell by the way I'm living. We need to start living from experience and everyday life and really pulling back what we're being taught by these media outlets, because we're being told lies.
Oh yeah, you live in Ajman on that point. Why Ajman, not Dubai, first of all?
Dubai...
Because everyone would expect the Brit to come in and just move the palm or something.
Listen, I love culture. I love culture anyway. So that was for one. I feel like Ajman's still very Middle Eastern. It's a lot cheaper, but I'm not rich. I don't earn mega money. Last year I nearly had to go home. I was that skin. I've started the year off very well. I'm fortunate and I feel very
good.
Grateful that we are saved. We're saved. We're good. We're doing all right now. But yes, much cheaper, like a lot cheaper. Some parts of Dubai, especially the tourist areas, are still got the drink culture and the women with the out and the short skirts and stuff. I've got two daughters. If my daughter sees a woman like in a short skirt and a crop top in Ajman, she will say, and she's 9 years old, she'll say, "Are we in Dubai?" Like, you don't need to show off your body, especially as a kid anyway. She was like, "Can I get one when I'm older?" And I'm like, "You won't want one when you're older." She's like, "Why?" I was like, because I'd have instilled in you that that's not what you wear.
You'd get cancelled in the UK
for
saying this,
Oh man, I'm a feminist now and a misogynist and all sorts of saying stuff like that. But I've got two little girls, and we're not Muslim. We're not a Muslim family, but I wanted them to grow up around Islam. I wanted them to grow up around women that respected their bodies, respected their ways, covered up. I don't think my daughters need to wear a headscarf. I don't think they need to wear the niqab and stuff. But I just think that they should dress appropriately. I made a post about. I spoke to a few locals, and they're not really that happy about the way people dress here sometimes. So I made a post about it. We're in your home. Have a bit of, if you're on the beach, you're on the beach. Woman's in a knickers and bra bikini, and you're at the beach. You can expect it. It is a tourist destination. I get it. But I didn't want my kids growing up around that either. In Ajman, it's very, and you can see it already rubbing off them on my kids. You can see it. It's lovely. Is this okay to wear out? Like if it's a skirt or something. I've got shorts because we don't wear knickers if they're wearing a shirt. They wear cycling shorts. They're like, "Dad, I've got shorts on. You can see it in them already that they're conscious of what I will think of what they're wearing, which I think is a good thing. I think listen, when they're older, they can do as they please. I'm their dad. I'm here to guide them and teach them how to live and how to think, not what to think.
Until 18.
Yeah, and then even then, if you're still in my house, you'll be living by my rules. When you want to go and do what you want to do what you want to do. I'm so open and honest with my children. My children might swear sometimes as a joke, like we find it funny. I'm not like
Are they happier here?
Yeah.
Compared to the UK?
Yeah, they love it here, man. I think me, my kids and my wife, we're so tight. I think my kids would be happy in a tent in the middle of anywhere. As long as we're together, them kids are happy.
Yeah.
Which is lovely. But they love it here. They're safe. They can go to the shop on their own. They can do things the weather's always nice. There's never days we're always stuck in for a whole week because it's raining. They love it here. I think even if we move back to the UK, they'd still love it. They're very trusting in me to keep them safe.
Do they have any British friends here? Or is it just...
Not British.
Emirati friends?
Emirati, yeah.
Really? You also have Emirati friends here?
Yeah, that's really all. I have a few friends, but that's really... The people that I spend time with are Emirati, yeah. Like, I talk to a lot of people online with my social media's blown up as out. But, I'd say the most of my friends are Emirati, yeah.
What would you tell British people about Emirati people that you know?
I've never met a group of people like it in my life. I met a guy called Saeed the other day. Never met him before. We were supposed to meet up. One of his kids was ill, so we bought each other's kids. So he comes to my house, we swapped presents. He took them home to his children. We said, we'll rearrange. I went to his house the other day. I went into one room with him. The kids and my wife went into another room with his wife and kids. We were there 5 hours. I don't think I stopped speaking the whole time, me and him. I was given tea, coffee, cakes, and then we had a full meal. I drove to his mum's house with Saeed. They have chefs at his mum's house. Drove to his mum's house with him, picked up the dinner, went back, we ate. We were discussing about living here. We spoke about everything. And this is how good these people are. And this is just one situation. This has happened hundreds of times in the year I've been here. I said to him, my wife come in for a cigarette into the bit where the men sit. She come in for a quick fag. Me and Saeed were sat there, my wife come in. And she said, what would we do if something happened to me and Frank, like car crash or something, and the kids were on their own? He's like, you have nothing to worry about. He's like, we'd take them in. He's like, and to me, for someone that's parents have never met his kids, I don't know where my brother and sister are or what they're doing. No one's give my kids the time of day, or me really, from my family. Do you know I well up? Like, I'm quite an emotional man, like for someone that looks like me. And I sit and I have to hold back crying because I'm like, how nice. He's like, we're your family now. We're your family. Like, you don't have to worry about nothing. Like, obviously, I'm not going to sit there and sponge money off them or, can you help me stay in the country? I haven't got a job. Not that sort of thing. But in terms of like, if I rang one of them now and said I need help, it's done. It doesn't matter what. The other day I had a really bad. I think I've got kidney stones or something. I was battered. Right? I was in a car park by the pharmacy. I had to stop, and I was in the back of. I had to get the kids out the back of the car so I could lay across the back seat. I was in agony, right? And my wife was like, if you got rushed to hospital, I'd have no problem with. There's a cafe where the pharmacy is. It's all the Emiratis drinking there. They're all the little coffee shop. She's like, I'd have no qualms about walking in there and saying, can one of you drive us home? My husband's had to go to the hospital. He's like, and one of them would drive us back, drop us off, come back to their coffee. There'd be no questions asked. It would just be done instantly. I was in hospital in the UK.
And in that situation, you're the foreigner. And they're the local.
Yeah. And I'd be not worried about them hurting my children, taking somewhere they shouldn't. They're just, there's not a question. It's insane. I was in hospital once in the UK. I had a problem with my windpipe. And I said to my brother, I couldn't eat. I had to drink. So I said to my brother, can you come and drop me some nice milkshakes? Go to one of them dessert places and bring me some decent milkshakes, packet of fags. And when I say I was battered, I was so ill, like weak. He sent a delivery driver to the front of the hospital, which is, how big hospitals are. I probably had to walk maybe half a mile to the front of the hospital to collect the delivery and then walk back to my ward. And I'm like, you couldn't just drive in, come and see your brother, drop me off the milkshakes and go. Like the other day, I got my car stuck in the sand. Apologies to the Emiratis, stupid white man here. I always get my car stuck in the sand. Like, it's something I haven't learned yet.
I've done it too.
I've done,
and Dubai police helped me.
Yeah, so I called the recovery truck. So first of all, what I did is I text my friend that lives in the apartments. I've never met him before. I met him once. He come to my car window, gave me his number. He's an Emirati. He said, "Do you need anything? Let me know." So I texted him first saying, "Bro, I know he's got a pickup truck." I said, "Bro, my car's stuck in the sand literally over the road. Like, can you help me?" He's like, "I haven't got what I need to help you, but I will find someone for you and I'll pay them." I was like, "No, I don't want you to pay anyone." So he was willing to find me a recovery truck, pay for it to get my car out. I was like, "No, don't pay." I said, "Please let me pay. I'll feel rude." So he's arranged a recovery truck. So I've gone and walked to the car, stood by the edge of the road having a fag. Someone has seen the car in the sand. An Emirati's pulled up. He said, "Do you need to get out?" I said, "Yeah, recovery truck coming." He's like, "Cancel it. I'm free." He's like, "You don't have to pay me." So I jumped. He said, "Jump." He said, "Have you got a tow rope?" I said, "No." He said, "Jump in the car." We jumped in the car. He drove us to the shop in his pickup truck. I followed him in because I knew he was going to buy a tow rope. Tried to pay. He was like, no. He paid for the tow rope, took me back to my car, tied it all up, dragged it out the sand. "Have a good day. See you later." I remember, and I was like, this is just, like, I feel uncomfortable with it. Like, it's mad to sit in a stranger's car that's helping you like that. I remember I had a C63 in the UK. It was fast. It was like 800 brake horsepower. And I spun it off the road once, down into a ditch. Because it was a nice car, I was a young lad. Number plate said GBH on it as well. Just a bit of a cocky idiot. So people were driving past like, laughing at me. Because I'd spun my nice car.
Yeah.
Like, look what he's done to his car. But I'm like, what? This is why I just, that's one of the reasons as well UK's battered. Because they're just oppressed and depressed and they're just battered. They can't do anything good with their lives because they get taxed so much. They can't see any way out. It's just angry and hateful. Whereas here it's sunshine, no tax, everyone's happy.
Yeah. Speaking of angry and hateful, Tommy Robinson, before we end.
Okay.
What do you think about him and why do you think he was here?
Tommy Robinson. So when he first started this stuff...
You both are from the same place, yeah?
Both from Luton, yeah. And that's where I can align with him a little bit. If some of the Muslims in Luton are very, very poor example of what Islam and Muslims are, but then why are we labelling them as Muslims and not just criminals?
Okay.
You wouldn't say, look at that British Christian. Do you know what I mean? No, you just say, look at that criminal. So, yeah, but he has had a bad example of Islam and Muslims growing up in Luton. Granted. And when he first started out with this stuff, he was going after the terrorists and the extremists. Brilliant. The Muslims don't like them either. But I think he attached it to Islam so much that he started offending Muslims, just the normal Muslims.
Yeah.
He's like, they're like, well, you just hate us. You hate our religion. You hate who we are. So
you hate all of them.
Yeah, and then that started coming through a little bit. I agreed with the last United Kingdom, not the one that's just been the one before that. I thought it was quite a lovely day. It looked like quite a lovely day.
Yeah.
A few idiots chanting stuff and that, but you're going to get that anywhere. I thought it looked like quite a cool day, but this one that's just been here, I could see straight through it. The guy with the bacon on his shoulders and stuff, you're just prodding fun at Muslims. And you know what? 99.99% of them are good people, and he knows that. And now, because I know that he knows that, I'm like, so why are you actually doing it? And I think, you know what, he's had that much hate and he's gone through that much crap in his life because of his opinions and his thoughts. I think he's just given up on the righteousness of it all and just thought, you know what, I'm just going to milk this for everything I can. And I can't be involved in something like that. Like I say, a lot of the people at that march were probably decent British people. But the underlying hate and racism in it, I can't be a part of it. And that's the only thing that worries me about someone like Reform or Restore getting in power, is giving these racist far-right idiots the green light. I think they'll think, right, this is it now. We've got the green light to go out beating people up and burning mosques and smashing up houses and stuff. That's the only thing that would worry me. And I hope that's something Rupert Lowe would come out and address, because then he could pull in people from different religions and cultures by saying, listen, this I'm not a racist party. I'm just not going to take any crap. I'm here for the British people, whether you're a British, Muslim, Sikh, Hindu, I'm here for them. The people that live here with good intentions, that are British citizens, they're the British people. Doesn't matter what you are. So yeah, that last march, I hated it, really. I thought it was useless. And obviously, bringing up my my opinions on that, I'm now at war with the far right on my social medias. And out of all the groups, I've had problems with the radical Islams, I've had problems with the left, far left. Out of all the groups, the far right for me are definitely the most hateful and aggressive. I get death threats nearly every day. And it's a massive issue that I wasn't aware of because I never really clashed with the right because I am that way. But as soon as I raised my opinion on it, man, they are on full attack mode at the moment. But again, I'm only speaking my opinions. If you want to come and do something, do it. I ain't scared of no one.
But you live in the UAE, so you're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. I had someone from the UAE, one of this guy's mates, messaged me and stuff.
If you fly back, that's a problem.
Yeah, it ain't even a problem if I fly back. What are they going to do? And this is what I've said to them, and this is why I give an open opinion. If you're going to try and attack me, but you hate these boats and stuff, why not do them marches on the beach? Why not, instead of me saying I think that march was useless and racist, and then telling me you're going to batter me and kill me and all this, if you're going to do something, go and do it to the people coming up on the shore that are actually raping and sexually abusing the kids. If you're going to do it, go and do it. Don't put a picture of a man with a sword and a shield with the crusade on it saying, I'm ready. You're not ready, because if you were ready, you'd be at the beach every day. So, yeah, either go and do it or shut up. That's my opinion. And if you don't like it, that's fine. Now, there's plenty of people that are like, oh, yeah, but I don't want to get arrested. We don't sit and say we're going to save our women and kids then. Because I'm not scared of getting arrested for my wife or children. So, listen, it's either a massive problem that you're scared of, go and do something about it, or stop making it something that it's not. You've got to pick one or the other. Now, like I say, I'm a massive advocate for stopping the boats. They should be instantly. And I think they should have the Navy at sea and saying stop and turn around or we'll shoot. Yeah. Poland do it. Anybody does it. Loads of people do it.
Yeah. It wouldn't happen here for sure.
Yeah, no. You try and get in this country without a passport. Sheesh. You just dashed in the ocean. Go. You couldn't. And look at the way it lives. Look at the way people live here. You say.
And it's based on immigration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally, I think the Emirates make up less than 10% of the population.
Yeah.
The rest mostly Indian, then Bengali, then Pakistan. Things work great here.
And they also host us with good intentions. Like they're
Yeah.
not like the.
Yeah.
They understand the economy needs everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I do. And again, I will go sometimes to the ethnic minorities in the UK. If I did move here, or a lot of English people moved to the UAE, and the Emirates were racist, and there was the National Front about saying get the whites out, then to be fair, I probably wouldn't want to assimilate. Yeah. I probably would have a bee in my bonnet if my dad's windows got smashed and dog shit put through his door because of the colour of his skin, which did happen. And granted, it wasn't all white people. Again, this is what the Muslims and the Sikhs and the Hindus and ethnic minorities need to do, is realise that's a very small percentage of Brits. But if that did happen to my family when they first moved here, someone's like, do you like Emiratis? I'd probably be like, well, not really, no. Look what they did to my dad.
And instead you're out there having dinners with them, big dinners with
them. Oh, man, I'll get fed so well. Look how fat I am. But yeah, so there is that. But that's what I'm saying. These people that are saying, yeah, well, when my family moved here 2 generations ago, racists beat them up. Yes, that's not British people. That's not... I look like a racist. I would fit an EDL march perfectly. But we're not like that. This is just a small... This is same as terrorists and paedophile grooming gangs and far left that are trying to assassinate Trump. They're a small bit of the problem. Stop letting the media tell you we're all the same.
You know, with the Manchester airport, about the media.
Yes.
First one clip came out. Then another clip came out. And they're using the same clips to tell different stories. Yeah.
And this is why we've got to wake up. So first of all, the Muslims were shown a Muslim getting booted in the face. So they hated the situation. Then the far right was shown an Asian man punching a woman.
Yeah.
Then they were really angry. And then the left was shown the policeman handling him wrong. And obviously the left are like, can't touch anybody, do anything wrong. So then they hated the situation. Can we not all see how manipulated we are?
From the same video.
From the same situation. Yeah. Even I got done for it. I put a video about it last night saying I think the lad should be in prison. I found out one of them is. And that the other one only got away with it because something happened before what I'd seen. So even I got mugged off by the media. And I'm mad anti-media. But can we all just stop? The right, the left, the ethnic minorities, the blacks, the browns, the whites. Stop now. Come together. If you see a racist, just because you're right wing doesn't mean you shouldn't tell him to shut up. If you see a terrorist, just because you're Muslim shouldn't stop you from reporting him. Yeah. If you're a lefty and you find out someone wants to read books in address to children, you should tell him he's wrong. A lot of the right don't like racists. A lot of the left don't like transgender stuff. And I know that near enough every Muslim I've ever met hates terrorists. More Muslims have died at the hands of terrorists than anybody else. So can we all just realise that we all hate this circle of hatred that's around us? We're in the middle. We can live together nicely. Just got to start calling out your own people, in my opinion. Once we start calling out our own, then they'll start being, is it ostracised, the word, where they're pushed, where they feel segregated. That's what we need to do. They're the scum of society, these extremists.
Yeah.
Whoever they are, they're the low lives. They need to be pushed away, and we've got to stop this media nonsense. You're an adult human. Get your own thoughts. Do your own research. Have your own mind. Yeah. Oh, that felt good.
And that's why the Emiratis are not sending their kids to the UK anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of, I talk to a lot of Emiratis, and they're like, yeah, we're going to study in the UK next year, and I'm like, oh, why are you leaving here? Obviously, the education's great, and for global business, having an English degree or an American degree,
Cambridge, Oxford,
Harvard, all that, Princeton, they're the things to have. But I certainly wouldn't be sending my kids back here. I honestly think that they should have a safety training for travelling to Europe and America for people that live here. Because if you've grown up here, you do not know what the real world is.
Like a mandatory training.
Yeah, like you don't use your phone in the street when you're in London, stuff like that. I mean, this could be propaganda as well. That might not be happening as much as we think.
It is. It happened with me, yeah.
But yeah, people that are leaving the GCC states, that are going to Europe or US to educate themselves, need some sort of training, streetwise training, because you are very looked after here.
Yeah.
You're very safe, and the world's not like that.
Was not like that, yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't be sending any of my kids to the UK to study. No, they're staying right here with me in safety.
All right. On that note, I think we're running out of time. But It was amazing speaking with you.
Thank you for having me on, bro. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
Sweet.